over 1 million businesses are looking to expand, and they need guides, experts, and consultants like you. Being an independent franchise consultant means more than just a title. It means empowering businesses, helping aspiring entrepreneurs start strong, supporting business owners in scaling up, enabling profitable exits for those ready to move on. With 27 years of Franchise India expertise, a global network of brands and investors, and a program designed for professionals like you, IFC is your gateway to success. This is not just a business, it's a movement, a career, a future. So, ask yourself, are you ready to be the guide, to lead, to grow? Become an independent franchise consultant. Be the guide. Grow with us. Franchise India.
Okay. Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Sajid. I'm the business head at Franchise India. But it's nice to see a good amount of participation for this webinar. And we'd like to thank each one of you for taking the time to attend this special webinar. Now, this webinar is special because this opportunity is coming to you from the House of Franchise India. It's also special because some of you are getting the opportunity to align with Franchise India as an independent franchise consultant. Now, talking about Franchise India, we've been in the business for the past 27 years now, and we're currently operating in 15 countries and 97 cities in India. Now, to put things in perspective for your benefit and to understand the business model in detail, I'd request our CEO and Director, Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, to take this session forward. Over to you, Mr. Bhatt.
Thank you, Sajid. Very good evening, everyone. We warmly welcome you to $5 trillion industry, which is world of franchising. So today's webinar, as we say, it's special because it's a direct invitation to few who wanted to take as a consulting as a practice and want to become business partner with Franchise India as independent franchise consultant. Independent franchise consultant, IFC, is a specialist, how to start your own business specialist. And Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform, how to start your own business platform. So what we do, what's our business? So we have investors at one side who are looking forward to start some business. We help them, we guide them, we mentor them, we help them in selection. Because if they come to our event, to us, or through any of our website also, which becomes a first level information for them. So at the time of information seekers, you will never invest in any brand because you have, as an investor, you have no capability to select. That's where Franchise India's legacy of 27 years is coming in picture, wherein we help in selection. We help in selection because every investor is unique, different market, different capability, different experience, and they have no idea how to select an opportunity for them. That's what we do. Second side, we also have businesses and brands where we help them to scale their business. So we help them to scale would mean that we help them to build the franchise network for them. And that's how we matchmake between. We have one side businesses, brands across categories, across industries. Other side, we have investors. Every week, we have around 30 to 35 investors, 35,000 investors who are coming to us through our different platforms and sources, who are looking forward to start a business. So what we do, we matchmake. So we are connectors. We are super connectors. So what we do is we have that capability, we have that understanding wherein how we connect with them and then we matchmake. We are matchmakers. So these are two businesses what we have, investments and scale up. Third, we also are helping business owners and franchise owners how to exit out of the business. So if you want to exit out of your existing business, we also come in between, we help. These are three largely businesses which we are talking about. And we use a byline also, nobody in the world sells more business than Franchise India. And Franchise India, as we say, we are having the biggest network in India. Rather, we are now world's largest franchise distribution company because we are not only in India in 97 cities, we have now presence in 16 countries as well. And now franchising, if we talk about today, anything we consume is coming from franchise industry, franchise company. You can check what is you consume, what you wear, what you use, what you eat, what you take the service of, what the products, what you use is all coming from franchise industry. So when everything is franchising, the consumption is very, very high today. When consumption goes up, franchising goes up. So that's where we come in between, because franchising, there is no other company in India, especially, who is having some same business, same platform, which we have created last 27 years. So when we are considering this amongst opportunity in franchising next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, we are saying this is the time wherein franchise India have also extended our, opportunity to have like-minded people join us who are local operators, who are owners of the business, who have that accountability and help investors and brands locally. That's wherein Franchise India is offering this invitation for like-minded people, like someone who is from real estate sector. It's highly complementing, because every business we have, we get a franchise ready, we get an investor, we get everything done, then there's a property which is required. So it's an added advantage from all the for all the real estate consultants. Now coming back to education consultants who are having that consulting as a background, it's easy. It's a complementing business for you. And now somebody who is having some franchise experience, this can be highly rewarding for him or her. Like-minded people, as why I said, because we are very selective. We are not in rush, but we are in rush. We are talking about someone who is fit for this business. So it's a selection process which we have from both sides. If it is really making some sense for you to become this partner with Franchise India and drive this business, we are looking forward for a partnership. If our company, our business is fit for you, that's where we do the proper selection. Otherwise, we have uh, more than 10,000, 20,000 businesses with us. We can help every investor to rightly structure a business and brand for every investor. But this is very selective, wherein we are talking about you understand this business, we understand you. If there is any match, we can definitely look forward for a partnership. So what we have, Franchise India have three companies largely, which we are talking about today. Franchise India, because we do around 200 events in a year across India, across cities, B, C, D category cities as well. So we are known as Franchise India. We have Fran Global, another vertical, which is international arm of the business, and this is market entry for global brands. Any international brand entering India has to come through Fran Global, and Fran Global is helping them to enter India market. And Indian brands also we take outside. And this year we are doing 12 international events. Some are already done, where we take Indian brands and other countries' brands to those countries where they are looking for expansion. Third company is Francorp. Francorp is world's largest 49-year-old franchise. They're getting franchise, a franchise consulting company. They help businesses to get ready for franchise and helping them how to offer franchise. So rightly from their strategy to financials to collaterals to their legal agreements, everything they get ready for businesses, then only they can offer franchise. So this is globally known as Fran Global, and in India we are master license of Francorp for last 20 years now. So in this webinar, what we are going to talk about, what is there for you? So first we'll also have some questions, and you also ask some questions in the Q&A box. So please remember, there's a Q&A box on the bottom of your screen. You have to use this Q&A box if you have any question or any query. And when we also ask you some questions, please reply in the Q&A box, because this webinar is not both sides. So one-way communication, you cannot raise your hand, you cannot talk to us, but there is a Q&A box which will request you to use and share your thoughts, share your queries, and we'll also ask you questions, because once you know us, then we will also look forward that who is there with us today. You can also use Q&A box and share the options which we will ask for. So in this webinar, first I'll give some introduction before we proceed forward with three things to learn out of this webinar today. One, we will definitely touch upon franchise in their journey at large. Second, we will talk about what does franchising look like, what's the growth of franchising, how big this industry is today, and what is next future 20, 30 years after. Third, we will also run a presentation to give you some understanding about the business model of IFC, how you can become partner with us, what you're getting after becoming a partner, and how your monetization model is, and how you can grow with us. For that, I will give you some introduction. So first, I'll introduce my all the regional leaders, and we are also having management team in this webinar. So today we have leaders who are having further our very large team they run in their regions, where we help locally all our IFC partners. So we have a very, very strong support function wherein we help every IFC partner who joins us locally also, and obviously for their all the events if they go any cross cities, and their also corporate office team is also helping them. So we have with us Sajid Joy. Sajid, as he started, he is from a Bangalore office, and he takes care of Karnataka. Also, he takes care of all the international business as well, because this webinar is not only live only in India, it's in multi countries also today, because we are looking forward for partners in multi countries today, and we are already now entered in 16 countries. Plus, we have also have Anurag Saha. Anurag has joined us from Kolkata. Shakti Vel is the branch head at Chennai. He's taking care of Tamil Nadu and Kerala market along with Kapil. Then we have Ajesh. Ajesh also have he has joined us from Kerala. Vamsi has joined us from AP Telangana from Hyderabad. Then we have Dipankar. He has joined us from Gujarat market. He's based in Ahmedabad, and then Harmandeep Singh has joined us from up north area in Chandigarh. We also have our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, joined this webinar. So I would request her to set the perspective of this webinar further and take this further, this webinar further. And then we will also share you a presentation. But before that, we'll understand the industry at large and why we have started this brokerage business, consulting business, and please be there for next 1 hour. I'm sure there's a takeaway for every person who has joined us today. We can assure you that. But it's a 1 hour program, one-sided. So please use Q&A box in between if you have any question. But stay there till the time we will run the presentation and some slides, which are very, very important for you to understand the business model of this webinar, which is Independent Franchise Consultant. Thank you so much for joining in this webinar, and over to you, ma'am, now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanjay. And friends, a very good evening to all of you. And once again, I welcome you to today's webinar. And like Sanjay said, it is an opportunity to associate as a partner with Franchise India. So we'll talk about the industry at large. Sanjay's already given you a brief about our company, Franchise India. Maybe I'll add some more bit to it. We'll talk about the proposition, the offering for becoming a franchise partner with us, a consultant with us. And most importantly is how do you get selected to partner with us? And finally comes the monetization model, which means how you as a partner would make business becoming a partner with Franchise India. I'll request friends, make the session interactive as we share a bit about us, what we do. Equally, we will also encourage all of you to ask as many questions. And if you can share about your profile, where you come from, this will also help us in making this session more interactive. And like you see, we have our leaders who are spread across the country. And I'm sure every single city that you come from, we'll have a local team consultant who can be made available for a face-to-face meeting or also for a call. So just to get started, friends, at Franchise India, so we are a start your own business platform, and between our large entities which are run in India and global markets. So in international markets, we are known by the name of Fran Global. We run in about 15 countries, and in India, we are Franchise India, and we have group companies like FranCorp, which is a consulting arm of Franchise India, Business X, where we help companies to exit their businesses. So we have been operating as one of the most prime movers, I would say, in the franchise ecosystem of India for the last 27 years. And in this time frame, we have actually worked with more than 10 million investors, which is a very, very huge number. When I say 10 million investors, these are not people who are investing in stocks or properties. These are people who are investing in active businesses like franchising. And typical investment for an investor can start upwards of 15-20 lakhs, which is the minimum. It goes up to 50 crores and even 100 crores. So which means that on an average, any investor who's putting their investment in a franchise business is an average of 50 to 70 odd lakhs as an average investment, with higher side and also, small investments which come in the bracket of 15 to 20 odd lakhs. And every year, we do almost about 10,000 franchise transactions. You can imagine the kind of volume that we do. And this volume is split between our direct teams and also franchise partners. So we help people to start their own business, and we've also worked with more than 20,000 companies to make them franchise ready. So when we started our business way back in 1999, we realized the ecosystem of franchising was very, very small. There were just handful of companies, about 300 companies that were actually franchising. All these mature companies, especially in the education side, and larger companies like Aditya Birla, all these were, very handful number of companies that were existing at that point in time. So very big question also came in our mind. If we want to really make this ecosystem big and this marketplace big, we had two big, I would say, challenges. One was already addressed because we had a lot of inquiries from people who wanted to start a business. The second side was also filling our bucket with the sustainable opportunities, credible companies who could get into franchising. And then we started reaching out to companies that we felt were ripe enough with credibility of people, maybe their systems and processes. And some of the initial companies back then that we reached out are very big names today, which included companies like Natural Salon, which is the largest salon in India. A company like Ferns and Petals. This is a name which is synonymous with flowers, not only in India, but they have made a very big name in entire Asian market. So we've worked about 20,000 companies to make them ready to get into franchising through our consulting services. And most important aspect of our consulting business is to make sustainable business model, which can survive in the market for a long duration of time, right? So 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. So that is the foundation for our consulting. And we've also consulted more than 800 companies to help them enter Indian market and also the subcontinent. So which means we have spearheaded market entries for India subcontinent across different industries, and which also includes about 50 master franchisees, which between our two global companies, Fran Global and Franchise India, we own and operate as a master franchisee ourselves, because we understand the business very well. We have a large distribution within India and international markets. But all that has been possible in these years through our well-structured companies, which offer, I would say, a very strong value proposition. The services that we offer, I would say, they are unparalleled. And through our services, which include, first and foremost, I would say it's media. So when we started our business, we felt we needed to create that community of people who came together. And this community came together through our media proposition, where we started a magazine called Franchising World, and later on we added another magazine, Retailer. And the third magazine that we in fact did a joint venture is the #1 magazine in America, which is called The Entrepreneur. And we are proud to say that we are partners for Entrepreneur for entire Asia Pacific. So entrepreneurship, I would say, has come a very long way from the ancient startup ancient trade times to the startup era today. Tech-driven startups we see all around us. There have been a lot of policy reforms starting with 1991, and a big startup innovation which is happening in India, funding, and most importantly, I would say ease of doing business, which has made entrepreneurs get into business comparatively more easy than the situation was, I would say, 15 years back or 20 years back. And so we see more and more people taking up the entrepreneurial journey. And I'm sure you all would agree that the impact of entrepreneurship is seen in our everyday lives, as this is what drives our economy, from our jobs to innovations to better living standards, social change. And above all, small businesses are the backbone for any economy. And so is the case with India. So at Franchise India, we are at the forefront of making entrepreneurship inclusive for all. So which means anyone who wants to start a business can start a business. So franchising has become a cornerstone for business expansion in India. When I say it has become a cornerstone, equally, I would say for startups, mid-sized companies, and even the largest of corporates, including Reliance, Tata, they all are expanding through franchising. And this is because it offers a very unique model, because it balances the risk and the growth. And for franchisors, it enables a lot of scalability, rapid expansion, because they're able to leverage through franchise investments. And franchisees, it opens up the doors for them for established business models with proven success models. So today, we see there's a large contribution in franchising from a lot of regional brands, which dominate almost about, I would say, 40 to 45% of the market share. And then we have national brands which are present across the country, which is led by the top tier, the largest corporates of India, which is almost about 30% odd. And then we have some local small players, which is almost about 5-10%. But the last 5 years, I would say there has been a very big and a heightened interest in global brands. When I say heightened interest, it is heightened interest from both sides, from the companies who want to enter India, and equally from the demand side, which is entrepreneurs, investors who are looking to invest in these opportunities. And these investors today are very evolved, they are well traveled, they're demanding international franchise opportunities. In fact, a lot of master franchisees that we own about 50 master franchisees, but outside that, we also represent more than 200 global brands in India who are looking to enter India market. So most of the cohort, that reaches out to us, they're well-traveled people, and we are seeing a very big change. And this change, I would say, is more prominent last 3 years, especially the post-COVID era, where we're seeing a lot of young entrepreneurs coming and taking up these businesses, which fall in the age group of, I would say, 25 to 35 year old, a group. And so franchising, we all agree that it's a global success story, a very big catalyst for entrepreneurship. And we've all seen successful businesses operating across different industries across the world. And everything that we are consuming today is coming from a franchise business, right? So from the consumption of all the quick commerce services that we use, from Zepto, that is franchising, from the preschools our kids go to, all preschools in India, they franchise. From the largest franchise company in the world, I don't know how many would actually know that company. Most of the time when we ask that question, the only answer that comes to us is McDonald's. But the largest franchise company in the world is Coca-Cola. They have expanded all their global expansion only through franchising. And even the largest chain, which is Marriott, which runs in about 140 plus countries, 10,000 properties they own across 34 of their brands, they all are expanding through a franchise business model. So what it means is it is not limited to a certain category or certain set of brands, but it is across all industries. So India is also experiencing a very big wave of entrepreneurship, and we are at the tipping point of growth in terms of entrepreneurship. And franchise-driven expansion is something which is paramount. So we're looking to invite forward-looking professionals to join us in building one of the most dynamic, robust, and a very strong franchise network of India. So like Sanjay said, Franchise India, we run different companies. So Start Your Own Business platform is for investors who want to invest in any kind of business, small, large, or maybe a master or an area franchisee. And the second is Scale Your Brand. This is a proposition that we offer to companies where they can take the services of FranCorp, where our team works with the companies to make their business ready for franchising, from their business modeling to their financial models to their marketing communications to the legal agreement. All that is done by our team. And today, what we're also witnessing, there's a big corporatization of franchising, which has started to happen. All major brands across industry today are adopting the franchise route for faster, but at the same time, more sustainable growth. And not only that, 25% of startups today are choosing franchising also to scale their brand, their services, and their products. And this number, I'm sure you all would agree, is growing every single year. Right? And third is our exit platform, where anybody who wants to exit their business, we have a team at BusinessX, which will work with the business owners to evaluate their business and eventually find them either a strategic buyer or a financial buyer. So in short, what our company does is we bridge the gap between potential global brands and domestic brands, and at the same time, ambitious investors within India and also emerging markets. And we identify, we onboard these companies, we scale franchise opportunities across diverse sectors. So what you have observed maybe in the last 20 odd minutes. So what we have done is we have created a very strong ecosystem through all the group companies, created a strong distribution in 97 cities and global markets where we're present. But at the same time, because this is a very dynamic industry, the growth is big. Every year, franchising is growing at a 30%, and India is one of the economies where franchising is growing the fastest. So we wanted to create an opportunity where you could partner with us in this thriving, very dynamic industry. And also at the core, Franchise India has always maintained itself as a company which is franchise focused and investor centric company. And the core driver, the foundation of our business has been entrepreneurship. And hence this program, which is, I would say, Independent Franchise Consultant Program, was an initiative so that we could further drive entrepreneurship, bring in entrepreneurs who think like us, and who also have the intent, skill to drive entrepreneurship like we at Franchise India do. So a couple of things, friends, which I'd like to also talk about, because when you look to start something in an industry, it is very important to understand how the industry is becoming big and will it be relevant in the times to come. Because any investment that we do today should be able to give us dividends in the time, say 10 years, 15 years. So the first and foremost, growth driver, I would say, while India has always been high on consumption, but what we are seeing the last 20 years, and this has been very, very progressive, there is a big formalization of consumption which is started to happen. And this is very natural as the retail infrastructure of any economy develops. The consciousness of brands increase, which leads to increased demand of branded product and services. So, which is the case with food, which is the case with retail. The service sector also today is modernizing with services like laundry, D2C healthcare services, cleaning services, quick commerce services that we all consume, platforms like Swiggy, Zomato, we all consume. These are all businesses today which are expanding through franchising. At the same time, there is a big growth when I talk about the service sector, and this is not a trend in India, but if you see globally, the biggest contributing sector to GDP is the service sector. India also, we have approximately 50%, 2% of our GDP is contributed by the service sector. And as service sectors, they contribute, in fact, some of the largest percentage to our GDP growth. Today, more and more companies you see which are in franchising, they're all from service businesses. They're all driven predominantly by franchise business. Third is there's a big legacy of entrepreneurship, which is very deeply ingrained in our culture in India. And this is also evident from large number of smaller businesses, micro businesses, which we run in our neighborhood, from the Amul Dairy booth to the Mother Dairy booth, to the small kirana stores, to the small pharmacy stores. And demand today is not limited to, I would say there was a big demand when we started in 27 years back. The bottom of the pyramid was always a high demand. But today, not only we see that demand still there, but we also see a bigger demand coming across all segments. So it is not limited to the bottom of the pyramid, but the demand is becoming even bigger, where more and more individuals, I would say, are aspiring to own and operate a business. And what I was also pointing about is a very big number of first-time business buyers who've never done business ever in their life. They're coming forward to start businesses. So 1999, when we were actually selling franchises, advising investors, a larger number of people who came to us, took our advice, were people or community, I would say, who were business background, who had some experience of either running their own business or in some form they were running some franchise business. And that community was 90%. 90% business buyers who took business from us were experienced entrepreneurs, and 10% was a very small percentage who actually came forward to buy the business for the first time. Now this number of people who are buying the business in India for the first time is as big as 60%. In the last 10 years, this number has almost doubled up, and which highlights the growing interest and potential of first-time entrepreneurs in India. And I'm sure you will see that when you come to our exhibitions. We do every month larger exhibitions, micro events every month. You will see this cohort of people who are first-time business buyer becoming ever large than what it was. And finally, if you look at job creation, this is a big challenge, and franchising comes as a very big solution. Now, India faces a massive job creation challenge. And in India alone, we need to have at least 1 million jobs every month, which means we need to have 10 lakh jobs every month to be created in the next 10 years to fulfill the demand of jobs. However, only 20% of this target is currently being met, which means out of 10 lakh people who want to take up jobs, only 25% people get the jobs, which leaves a very big delta of 75% of people who are not able to get a job for themselves. So franchising comes as a big solution, as many individuals who are turning to franchising to buy themselves a job in absence of, I would say, sufficient high-paying opportunities. And if I talk about cities which are tier 2 and 3 cities, the situation is even more concerning. Tier 1, you still get a job which can give you maybe a high-paying job opportunity, but in smaller cities, this opportunity is not available. So what we're looking at is, and one thing which I also want to tell, that unlike a lot of other businesses that you might have been part of, you might have come across, Franchise India, we are a knowledge-driven company. We are advisors at heart, and we are knowledge business, which actually means we require somebody who has an aptitude to learn every single day. And that's very important for us because we are in the advisory business. Every single investor we meet, any company who's looking for solutions from us, they require a lot of diagnostic, they require a lot of education, and they require a lot of advice, which can only come if I'm upgrading myself on how the industry is moving, new trends which are coming in. So we need partners who come with that mindset of growth and who actually believe in the purpose of democratization of entrepreneurship as we do. So I'll also, there's a small profile we like to, discuss. And if you can share that, I'll request Sanjay, if you can put that in the chat box. If you can have all of you friends put your options. We've already put these 4 options in the chat box. So you can choose maybe one of them or 2 of them. Every time we do this, we see sometimes people choose more than one. So you have 4 options. We like to know. And if you can also send the name of your city in the Q&A box. So if you're a professional, you can put P. If you are a business owner, you run and operate any form of business. If you run a franchisee, you can also mention you run a franchise business. If you're a management consultant, you can put MC. And if you're looking for a career change, you can put C. So these are 4 options. And if you can put the name of your city also, this will be very, very helpful. So I request all of you friends, please go ahead in the chat box and write the name of your city and your profile. Rajeshi, can I request you to please write in the chat box, in the Q&A box? So the Q&A box is enabled. So anyone who wants to write can use the Q&A box. Right, I see some of our friends have raised questions, and maybe we can take some questions. All right, so I'll take, friends, I'll request all of you to please write. It is very important that we know where you come from. A lot of my IFC partners who currently are working with us as partners, most of them, they come with an average experience of 20 odd years. And none of them came with an experience of franchising. But I would say larger number of them are very, very successful with us. So, Vivekji, welcome. So you come with 28 years of experience, corporate experience. Can you share success stories where Franchise India played a pivotal role in transforming a small brand into a national player, international franchise? Definitely, Vivekji, I think there's some brands I took when I gave an introduction, which are brands like Ferns and Petals. We started working with them when nobody even knew them. In fact, they had a small shop just in front of our office. There's a brand called Naturals that we worked very, very closely down south, started from Chennai. And like that, we have many other success stories with companies that we started from scratch. There's a brand called, a small time company then, a brand called Chai Garam, which currently operates about 400 locations across the country. There's a brand called Chai Sutta Bar. So these are, and there are many names. I would not say there are a couple of names, but there are many companies and there are a lot of regional success stories. There are global success stories that we have actually been successfully part of. Having said that, today the biggest of corporates in India, including Reliance. So if you see these corporates are looking to expand via franchise setup, these companies, when they look to expand via franchising, they reach out to us to help them to create. So today we work with these companies to exclusively handle their entire franchise expansion. So when I say we handle their entire franchise expansion, it means these companies give exclusive mandate to Franchise India to appoint their franchisees. And on every single acquisition of their franchisees, Franchise India and my partners make a lot of money. Right? So maybe we'll come down to the monetization model and how that works. But I hope Vivekji that might have answered. I'll let Sanjay maybe take some of the answers which are given by our friends on the webinar.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, Vivekji, I hope we can continue in this webinar, and we will definitely talk about more categories, industries, and obviously we'll touch upon some more brands whom we have worked with. So I would say any business, any brand who have done franchising till now in India is done through Franchise India. That much we can assure you. And we warmly welcome Harishji also. He is saying he's looking for a career change, and he is from Pune. Great market. We have our own office in Pune in World Trade Center. It's in Kharadi. So it's a company-owned office over there, world-class office in Pune. And we have a branch also running there. Mr. Sagar, he's a professional from Kolar. So welcome, Vivekji again. He's saying from Bangalore. He's looking for a career change. And then we also have Mr. Rajesh. He's saying he's a software engineer with 20 years of experience. So good to know about your experience. So welcome. So Anuj Kumar Vash. My name is Anuj from Noida. I'm management consultant with 15 years of corporate experience into banking. Absolutely great profile. And you are our neighbor. We have our corporate office in Surajkund. It is next to, at the backside of Taj Vivanta. So I would look forward to welcome you to office. Let's have a quick round of discussion over here. I'll take you through my office also. It's a Pinnacle Business Tower, and we have 4th, 6th, 8th, and 11th floor here. It's our corporate office here, very nearby. So please, after this webinar, we can have a discussion, and we'll look forward to welcome you in our corporate office. Mr. Rajesh is writing from Bangalore, so I can also work in Coimbatore. Yes, that's true. We don't have any geographically any challenge over here. So we have any partner who is in any city can travel to other cities for attending events and work on the database in other cities as well. So we are very open for that. That's what this opportunity makes it very unique from other businesses.
And if I can also add, not only within India, but any of our partners who want to pick up or do business in any part of the world, and some of my partners absolutely do that, including all our shows. We have every month some international show, and many of my partners represent Franchise India and Global in these shows. So not restricted to India, not restricted to a city. Any partners who work with us can work with us in any part of the world. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we have Mr. Krishnan. He has joined us from Trichy. He is looking for a career change. So welcome. Thank you, Vivekji, for acknowledging. And we also have Mr. Swaminathan. He is again from Trichy. He's a professional and we're looking forward for now starting your own business. Mr. Bose I'm Arindam Bose from Kolkata with 20 years of work experience. Great to know. And Kolkata also, we have our own company and office in Salt Lake. And we have Anurag. He has joined us from Kolkata. And definitely he will have a one-on-one meeting. Rather, he will invite you to your office and then take you through and have a one-on-one meeting and discussion with you. So we would request all other partners also to, who are there in this webinar. So we should make it very interactive because it's a consulting webinar. It's your own business. So let's make it interactive. We would look forward to have more today participants to be part of this discussion, and Q&A box is the only way where you can interact with us. So write back and we will also take your names. Yeah, back to you. Sorry, you're on mute.
So friends, what we'll do now is we'll take you through a small presentation. We'll talk about the business model, a little bit on the industry. So I'll request Sanjay to take that up, and we'll encourage any questions that you have as we take you through the presentation. And also request all our leaders to kindly share their coordinates, their email IDs, and also their contact number. We'll be happy to connect with everyone post this webinar between today and tomorrow. And happy to answer anything that you want us to cover. Over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you so much. And friends, now we will take you through the presentation because this is very important to understand the business model. That's what this is webinar all about. So we are saying franchising. As we said, it's a $5 trillion industry today and growing at a very, very high speed. So today we will give you some understanding about category-wise, industry-wise. If you see today, every sector, right from the technology businesses to anything which is now EV, which is EV two-wheelers now coming into EV, and EV segment is also now booming. Recently, on 27th and 28th of June, we organized one event which was franchise one side, then EV segment was on the side. We had this event in Chennai Trade Center, 2 days event. We had a conference also on EV. It was a great success. 2 days jam-packed, having that conference, attending these 2 days as a delegate. Delegation was 100% there, and it was people looking forward to take more knowledge on this sector because this is growing. And then it's not about two-wheelers in EV segment only offering franchise. Now you'll see there are charging stations also, which are very important for any EV segment, this thing, and that's also franchised. So this charging station has become so big now. It's around 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 12 lakh rupees an opportunity, but it's a very low cost, and it has to be across. It has to be across now. You see big giants like Tata's having EV segment, and you need a EV charging station as well. So that's wherein franchising has gone onto that level wherein everything, even a gardener coming to your at home is also offering a service which is coming from franchising. Even any medical services today, which are for elderly people, is also franchise. So these companies are also coming from franchise. Even for blood sampling coming at home is also for blood testing is also coming for a franchise. Now, new segments are pet care. It's evolving now. Earlier, there were hardly any company who were into franchise in pet care. You need a clinic around, because there are so many now people across cities who are loving this to have a pet at home. So you need to have clinic. You need to have services available, products plus services. Now, if you see in financial services, right from ICICI Securities to Motilal to Kotak Mahindra, we have worked with all of them. And then there are so many now companies offering the similar services and now offering franchise. Franchising is a worldwide, a viable, sustainable, scalable business model, uh, wherein you are risk, because if you see, company have developed their model, they have invested on R&D to build their successful business model. Now, for an investor, to rather than starting your own business, which is highly risky, and you have to invest because everybody cannot start your own brand, it's viable to invest in a successful business model which has already been there in the market. Successful business model, right? ROI and right, everything being created, R&D being done, everything being done. So it is less risky. There is no risk on that such, because company has done everything on their own. So you become partner with such companies, even hotel chains. Format can be different. Format means there's a format which is franchise owned, franchise operated, franchise owned, company operated, company owned, company operated. There are so many businesses, and now we also have BOT model, which is build, operate, and transfer. So we are working with companies like Tata Chroma. Tata Chroma was never into franchise. What we have built in, that we have reached out to them, we have given an idea that they have already, company owned, company operated, which is COCO model, wherein company has invested, company is operated, all are company owned, company operated of these stores, which is across India. So we have given them a thought that why not? We will create a model which can be FOCO, which is franchise owned, company operated. So company would still operate because the Tata, their mindset, their understanding is that they want to provide last mile delivery, last mile service to every investor themselves, because that's how they are. It's a trust, and Tata don't want to dilute that, so they want to operate. So we have given them thought process that you have invested a lot of money. It's around 3.5 CR to have one store open, right? Now we have given them thought that we will bring an operator, who is investor. He will invest in your brand and you manage. So that would mean it's a fundraising opportunity. We call it as build, operate, and transfer. Means you build, you operate, and then we can transfer to franchise. So there are so many business models which we have created, and that's workable. That's now for Tata Chroma. Also, we have created an opportunity to raise the fund from the market. Still, companies operating and companies managing the business and day-to-day operations. Now, home. If we see today at your home, if you see, last mile delivery at your home also, like courier company. DTDC. It's a purely franchise company and very old association with DTDC with Franchise India. It's again franchising. It's a low cost. These are all delivery companies. They're all very, very low cost companies, low cost opportunities, but everything is franchised. Today, now business services. Talk about services uh, in coaching also. Education is not limited now to preschools. There are other things also in preschool, in schooling, which are higher secondary, which are K-12. These are also franchised. Now, going to go to any coaching class, right? From digitally tech-based companies is like Vedantu. Vedantu was a tech-based company, is everything online. So we have created an offline model for them, and that also is now franchised. So we have done franchising for them also. Right from, if you see a company which is Lenskart business model was also created by Franchise India, and early franchises are also done and onboarded by Franchise India. Now it's on a different scale, but all franchise companies who have done franchising ever is done through franchising. It can be
If I can
category
add
unique.
here, because since you
Please.
mentioned
Yeah.
Lenskart and we had Vivekji asking, and this was a company, I remember their office was just very close to us. It was few steps away from where we were in Okhla. And this was a new company which had started, and our team started reaching out to them because they saw the brand and some of them were consuming. And they were a complete tech company and they had no physical stores. And the first time, we reached out to them, they said, we're a tech company. We don't have any interface physical and we don't need that interface. And rest is history. The first time I would say I was very proud. The first time when Economic Times had the news of Lenskart, it showed that the company had 19 franchise locations which they had signed off and were operating. All those locations were done by Franchise India, and now it is history. Now we have Lenskart, which is gunning for an IPO and a very huge valuation. Over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for adding. And then now you see in this category, there are so many companies who are offering franchise because these are all optical companies. And regionally, there are so many players who are national players now, who are nationally operating their stores. And these are all franchise. And any category you name today, you see in F&B to fashion to kids going school, franchising, kids wearing clothes, franchising, kids wearing shoes. It's franchise, right? Kids now today going to any in a salon is also franchise. And today we have yoga centers specially created for kids and salons for women to men to unisex. Everything is franchise today. So that's where there's a humongous opportunity in franchising, not only limited to education, food, and fashion. It is diversified today. It is diversified because every category you see today is offering franchise because they also have to enter new segments, new markets. That's the only way they can get the growth. So for growth, they have to expand. For expansion, they have to do franchising. And because franchising is a viable model, if they talk about franchising, next is Franchise India. There is none outside Franchise India who does the same business, who does the same, having the same solution for our companies to grow, to expand in different companies. So that's what category wise also you throw a light on anything from morning till evening, what you consume, right from the milk, what you start a day. Amul has got more than 16,000 stores, all are franchised. Bakery shop, you consume bakery products, it's all franchised. Not only now Indian markets, if you see Indian brands, there are international brands, and we hold more than 200 international brands today in India. And just to give you another success story, we started in 1998 actually, and first of our international brand was Subway, which we got in India, then MACD. We were at a startup level that time, and we always are looking forward for a master franchise to get for these international brands. Today, God is kind, we also have grown, and now we have also created our own brand portfolio. Idea is to build it 100 numbers, and today in 1 year we have 47 international brands today, wherein Franchise India also have invested as master franchise for India. So we have full rights with us to drive these brands, and these are not limited to any category, largely in F&B, because India is the right market for global brands now enter and expand. And we see the scope when we do R&D, when we see the scope that this is really a great opportunity. Next 20 years, 30 years, we can build big, and we invest in the same business as master franchise. And then we are looking forward for area developers to regional partners for those brands as well. And that's a big opportunity today. Every global brand is looking India as a market to expand. And for expansion, they have to go through Franchise India. That's why this platform today is very, very large. This opportunity is very large. And this is wherein Franchise India have scaled it now till now up to that level. And that's why we are looking forward for local partners who is an operator who has a capability of driving this business further and become partner with Franchise India, because you need a platform to drive the same business in your city, because we are making you as a brand. So we do a lot of promotional activities for our IFC partners, because we want them to represent Franchise India and be Franchise India in your brand. So we do a lot of conferences and local shows also, which are digital also. We invite our partners to be on the panel, to be on screen, because we want to promote them and represent also local events, which are all invested by Franchise India. Going forward, what we are offering after you become partner with Franchise India, so we call it as Tablet. T stands for technology. So we are creating a CRM. We offer you a CRM wherein your all database will be given in CRM. Plus, we will also create Franchise India domain and email ID, which will be representing you. You are in Franchise India part, and then you interact with all the investors, brands, and across with the same email ID through. A stands for excess of framework. And so we have our own structure. As I said, I was talking about Pune, I was talking about Kolkata, I was talking about other metro cities where we have offices now today. So these offices are all ready for our partners, our IFC partners to use full time or part time. You can come, you can do meetings, you can invite your guests, you can invite your clients. With our support, our team who are there in every city will help you to close the businesses, but you can use it full time also. Everything is available for you. And this business which we are talking about is not requiring any office. So it's a work from home kind of an office. You can go outside having meeting with the investors, meeting with the brands. You don't need your office. That's why it is independent franchise consultant, which is not a branch office. It's not a kind of an office you need to have. If you have already existing, you can have some space where you can brand it with Franchise India, and you can also run that franchise business. B stands for brand. So we, once you come to for training, we will also have 500 to 1,000 brand list ready for you. Every brand is available. You can drive across. We also help in the training program that how we can create a brand portfolio for every partner. Because initially there will be a lot of hand holding and support which is required, which brand is fit for your market, which is open for your market, your territory. We're offering franchise so that you can also work for that brand. Leads, as I said, we have got 30 to 35,000 investors every week coming to us, and we do digital shows, we do digital webinars, do face-to-face interactions, we do small shows, bigger shows every month. So lead is absolutely not a concern, and we don't charge anything today. So we have minimum 50 leads, which is a guarantee from our side. Every day, a month, you get a 50 minimum leads. Minimum would mean that this leads you will get the investors who are looking to start a business. Plus, we also give you brand centric leads. So if you design a brand portfolio, which we will help, and also we will run campaigns for brand wise. We will give you that brand centric, we call it as a BQL, brand quality lead, because we run a campaign, fresh campaign, and get leads, and we provide to our partners. In it can be regional specific, it can be national specific. Any city you want to work for any brand, we create this lead structuring, and then we give you leads of those locations which is chosen by your side. No investment in the lead generation, in any kind of a marketing, any kind of a promotion from my partners. E stands for events. As we discussed that every month there are some 15, 20 events which we across do, and you are absolutely free to come to be part of that event. And I was talking about Chennai, a show which was done last month, which we had 2 days event. So we have 65 IFC partners who attended that show. Now understand how big was this show, 2 days, and there's a lot of business which was there because investors were paid. They paid 1,000 rupees entry fee per day, and it was prepaid also on spot. Also, we had 12,000 something investors in 2 days over there, and they are interacting with brands, but they have no capability to choose. They have no capability to select because most of the brands are new, most of the categories are new, which are evolved, and there are some old companies also who are into businesses. People have no idea whether they are still in franchising, they are still offering franchise, and that's where in unit franchise, master franchise, area deliver franchise, so many options which are over there. But investor can take first level interaction, he can take information, but later on, they 100% need us to structure the right deal, right brand for them, to give them in-depth understanding and knowledge about those brands, get the meetings done with different brands, do the complete transactional services, plus negotiation to documents check also done by us. They can come and take the first level information, and later on, our consultants would work with each one of them, and we have a dedicated service for investors. That's how it makes us unique because we work very exclusively with every investor to provide this in services to them to help them in selection of the right opportunity. So these events are every month across cities, across territories. T stands for training. So we have 3 days extensive training program. So when you join, so first time we will invite you to our corporate office. Every month we have a new batch, and this would be 3 days exclusive training program which we have organized every month. And this will be all done by chairman himself for 1 day, exclusive 1 day for him. And then we have also managing director Ms. Sonia ji, also she is also part of that. And then 2 days would be done by management. And third day we will also invite our leaders and have different brands, understanding and methodology of franchise India, process and systems from the company. So we will make you interact with that and give you full understanding 3 days on this. So once you are attending this program and you are then part of this franchising ecosystem, and you know then everything how to do this regular businesses. So this is how our tablet we have structured. And when you are becoming part of Franchise India, then we also wanted to tell you that how your growth structure has been created, how your growth cycle would be, because every partner is unique and you want to grow, you want to earn more, and you want to create a structure wherein you want to go to the next level, and then you should know what is the growth of IFC partners also. So we have created a ladder which will help you to grow from one format to another format. So your earning will go up. So when you join us, it is going to be at the entry level, which is at independent franchise consultant. So at IFC level, it becomes your entry point. So what you do, when interact, we help you to grow, we help you to get business done. So when you reach to and hit 15 lakh rupees revenue to Franchise India, it's a gross revenue. When you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue or 15 deals, whichever is come early in just 1 year, in 1 year. So it is very easily achievable, very easily achievable. It can be one lead, 1 month or 1 day also, wherein you can get 15 lakh rupees to Franchise India revenue. So it's a total revenue. So you become then IFC Elite. You become IFC Elite and you become IFC Pro when you hit 50 lakh rupees revenue or 30 deals. And then obviously IFC Master is also top level, your growth structure, which is IFC Master when you hit 1 CR in 1 year. So it's an annual growth, annual business which you do. But what you're getting at Elite, Pro, and Master, and obviously when you join at IFC base level, how your payout would be structured. It is 40% to start with. Your share will be 40%, and 60% will go to Franchise India. Then Elite will get you 50% equally. We are now 50-50 partner. Then Pro, you become 60, we become 40. Now it's reverse of what you're joined at. And then you can become 70% partner, we become 30% partner. But the beauty of this business is neither at 40% nor at 70%. You have to invest for any kind of marketing, any kind of lead generation, any kind of event, any kind of promotional activity. So your investment is not there for these activities on every month basis. It's all done by Franchise India. At 40%, we will give you every thing which is required for this business, right from investor database to brands to training to events to full support to promotion, everything. And at 70% also, we still continue giving you everything which is done from Franchise India. Obviously, your structure will grow, and you can also add more members in your team. You can also have one office, maybe small office, and have a team. So your CRM IDs will grow. So at from 1 to 1 plus 1, 2, 3, you'll also grow, and obviously lead structuring will also grow. As I said, leads, absolutely, I'll not touch this because lead is not a concern in our business. Anything you look forward for 200 leads to 300 every month, we are there. We are till the time you are responding, you are giving us feedback. So we increase our leads for any brand or any territory. It's all across. Now, what is this 40% off? What is this 20% off? And then I'll give some understanding. Rest all our regional heads, once we have a one-on-one meeting and discussion, they will give you deep down understanding about these products. But we have 4 revenue products here: IA, IS, BS, and BD, just to give you some understanding. If you see I, 2 products, I means investor. As I said, we have 2 communities, which is I means investors, B means brand. So we have investors and brands both with us. So what we do, we onboard both. We onboard investor, we onboard brand. and we charge for that. We take a fee. Then we service both, and we again charge a service fees for both. So IA means investor acquisition, investor registration. So we don't work free. So we are a consulting company, we're an advisory company. So our product is time. We don't work free for anyone, for anyone. So we work with investors and we charge for getting on board, the registration, and then we start servicing. Because servicing will kill your time, servicing take time to get the deal closed. So we don't work free. So we make sure that our investor is registered with us, whom we have to service, because that ensures us IS, which is investor service fees, BS, which is brand service fees. So if my investor is registered with me, certainly we'll get our investor service fees and we'll also get brand service fees as well. So all three products, you get 40% sharing. Then fourth product is we have brand BD, brand on board, which is business development. That is 20% for you. Now in brand onboarding, what is your role and responsibility is you have to refer us. That you have some lead, some brand, you can get it from my leads, from our shows, and you see some advertisement or maybe some today's Insta and all social media, you see a lot of businesses offering franchise. You just get in touch, refer to us. We will come on the call and we will have full detailed discussion. We'll send the proposal. We follow for the payment. We help you to close. And after that payment also done by us, services done by us, we get them ready for franchise and we promote, we market, we everything we do. So your your payout would be 20% of onboarding fees, what we get. So onboarding fees is 8.5 lakh rupees to start with. Then we have four formats. 8.5 is the starting. Then we have 17.5 lakh onboarding fees. Then we have 40 lakh rupees onboarding fees. Then we have 75 lakh rupees onboarding fees. These are four formats which we have for brand on board. Now what you get 20%. Would mean if you get two brands every month, and there is no restriction on that, you can get as many as meetings arranged with us. We help you close, and we will also travel from chairman to me to regional heads. We travel to every city every month, and we help you to meet all these your clients and your prospects. Then we help you to close. So once suppose you take two brands on board 1 month, suppose, so that means 8.5 plus 8.5, it becomes 17 lakh rupees, and you get 20%. So now you can see 20% of 17 lakh rupees, or if you get 20% of 8.5 lakh rupees is going to be your payout. Franchise India will get 8.5 lakh rupees, you get 20% of that. Now, what is next? When we get ready business is ready, we get them services and get them ready for franchise, then we do the marketing. Franchise India will do marketing for that brand. We organize these events and we invite these brands to be there. So now we organize meetings. Suppose you have onboarded and you want to work on all the leads across to sell the franchise also, then it becomes BS. Every franchise sale, when we sell a franchisee of any brand, we charge BS also, which is brand service fees. As I said, we get brokerage from brands, we get brokerage or consulting fees or advisory fee from the investors as well. So from brands, we are talking about BS, brand on board, BD, which is then BS. We don't service any brand which is not onboarded. So would mean you get two opportunities. One is brand onboarding opportunity. Until brand is not onboarded, we don't sell franchise. It's an exclusive agreement with every brand which we do, that we will be selling franchise only from Franchise India. Now, if any partner who have onboarded and you want to sell all franchise across, all database will be given to you, right? All rights will be given to you. All the business will come to you. So if you sell franchise, so every franchise sale, every deal, we get BS, which is brand service fees. Now, this can be as low as 1.5 lakh each deal. It goes to 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh also, depending on the deal to deal. If it is a unit, is a master. In some cases, we have a low cost opportunities, which are 10, 12 lakh, 15 lakh. We still get 1.5 lakh rupees plus GST per brand, per deal. And this, if you want to drive even one brand, hundreds of franchise you make, every franchise you close, any brand, whether onboarded by you or not onboarded by you, But onboarded by through Franchise India for any resource, it is open for every IFC partner to sell franchise and get BS fees to you. Now, brand onboarding is one, then brand service fees, it's another one. But for brand service fees, you get 40%, brand onboarding, you get 20%. Likewise, when we service an investor, we again take a fee from the investor side, which is as low as 1 lakh rupees each transaction. That's the lowest. Every transaction we do, every investor we service, our lowest is 1 lakh. Then it goes to 1.5, 2 lakh, 2.5, 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, which is also there from the investor side. And some are some international transactions with big ticket value. We also get up to 25, 30 lakh rupees as IS fees, which is investor service fees as well. And BS brand service fees is obviously very, very high in those cases. But the as low as 30,000 rupees also for an investor onboarding is there. For 30,000 rupees, when we charge for an investor to onboard, then we service. In that case, we charge IS amount as 1 lakh rupees every investor. So suppose if I can throw an example, which would maybe help you to know it better. So if you do 10 investors on board in 1 month, so it can be as low as 30,000 each. It becomes 30 into 10, 3 lakh. So your share, your payout would be 40% of 3 lakh, which is 1.5 lakh, 1.2 lakh rupees will go to you. Now, the beauty of this is now you start service of that investor with our support to get a final brand for him so that we can explore multiple brands with the investor after knowing the requirement. And then we give him options. We have a lot of options. We can match make. Whichever he finalize after getting the deal closed means when investor is finalizing any brand and they pay any amount as a token amount to the brand, we charge as service fees from the investor. So we again charge the same investor minimum 1 lakh rupees in that case if we have charged 30,000 rupees as an investor acquisition fee, registration fee. So all 10 will pay you minimum 1 lakh or maximum it goes to any amount. So 10 into 1 lakh, it becomes 10 lakh. So your share is again 40% of 10 lakh, which is 4 lakh. Now third, brand service fees. Suppose on an average, all these 10 investors have got a brand now finalized. And in those, my average is 2 lakh rupees each from the brand side. This becomes 10 into 2 lakh. It becomes 20 lakh rupees again revenue for you through Franchise India. And your share is again 40% of that 20 lakh, which is 40% of 20 lakh becomes 8 lakh. So from every investor, you have got businesses 3 times, 3 products. And simultaneously, if you do 1, 2, 3, suppose you do a deal for brand onboarding, it's a 40 lakh rupees, you get straight away 20%, and your reference has got you 8 lakh rupees out of that. And to get that brand on board, all the services, all support, follow-ups done by our team. So that's what is beauty. And the same products will go to 50% your share, your payout if you become elite. Would mean when you are doing one, suppose 40 lakh rupees deal, or as I said, you have to enter only hit 15 lakh rupees revenue in 1 year. 1 year, only 15 lakh rupees, you will become AFC elite. Then you are 50% in these 3 products, and this will remain 20 in every case because your role and responsibility will remain same of just referring a brand, referring a lead to us, and we help you in all the formats. So here it goes to 40 to 60%. When we are talking 40 to 60% to 70% also, so you are growing. Then you become elite, you become pro, you become master, and this will obviously give you more percentage as you are sharing. Now, how you can become our partner and what you also get out of this, apart from the payout, what we are talking about. So second revenue for you is cash awards, cash incentives from the brands which we are servicing. They give our partners cash incentive as well. And third, we are also running contests, which is every quarter. We have an international contest. So would mean you get 4 contests every year, which is international destination, all invested by us if you qualify for that. And making you qualify is our duty, is our target. So we'll make maximum partners qualify for that contest. Like now we are going to Bali. Bali was April, May, June, and some of partners who have qualified will go to Bali. Next, we have already launched for Macau. Macau would be July, August, September, and end of September, we will go to Macau. So this is an open opportunity for every partner to internationally travel and get every benefit from us. Your investment is nil, zero in that. You don't have to invest anything. That will be all done by Franchise India. Now, how you can become partner with Franchise India to explore all this? So there is a license fees, which is only 6 lakh plus GST, which is going to be only your license, or you can say brand fee, license fees, joining fees, only one time. Rest all your 3 years, which is the 3 years the agreement term, you have nil, you have zero investment, and all done by Franchise India, and then you grow. So this is a very, very low cost business opportunity and highly rewarding opportunity for each one of you who is selected, who becomes partner with Franchise India, and then grow with us. So if you see this business, why it is low cost? Because there is no risk. Every business has a ROI, kind of. We talk about return on investment. Our business is not having the same ROI. It is not return on investment. It is return on involvement. So it is a different ROI in our business. It is return on involvement and return on intelligence. Means you have to upgrade yourself. You have to be knowledgeable. You have to take knowledge, and you have to take trainings every day for different brands, so that once you are reaching out to an investor, you have that capability to service him. And because investor would pay you only once he or she would see a value addition from your side. That's why we all are getting training every day. We are getting brands understanding and the industry understanding and the product wise understanding. And then we meet investors and help them to finalize the right opportunity for them. And we are being paid for it from both sides, from investor side and from the brand side also. It's a beautiful opportunity and beautiful structure which we have created. And so it's a system driven, process driven. Last 27 years, we are successful in this business. So we want every partner to be successful with us. That's why we are again and again saying that it's a selective, because you choose us, we choose you. Then it is going to be taken further. And why I said it's a low cost, because only 6 lakh rupees, you will never get any kind of a business like this, which is highly rewarding. And we call it as a zero risk business, because in this business, it's a very small investment, which you can recover from even one lead or one deal. So it's next 3 years, it's open and free for you. So all investment done by our side. And to know more, because our time restriction is there in this webinar, so to know more about this, any question which is unresolved, unsolved today, unanswered today, we all will come back to you. And after this webinar, we'll have a one-on-one meeting. And after that, once we have a deep down understanding, there would be a one meeting, which is 5 minute or 10-minute interaction with our chairman, that we are scheduling for Saturday and Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, next 3 days, wherein we come on the call and Zoom call invited by our chairman, sir, so that it has already been now discussed. And now you have finally any question, we have any question, and he should also know whom we become partner with. You should know whom you become partner with, and that's been aligned. So once we are through that, we will invite you for the next training, which is likely to be around 20th of July, 3 days in our office, and then give you full understanding and methodology of this business. And we'll take it up further. Till then, I think it's a great webinar today, and we have a lot of partners till it's now 6:15 almost. Thank you so much for joining in, one, and second, to be till the end of this webinar, being there with us, understanding and making it interactive, in making question answers rightly there in the Q&A box. Some we are not able to take because I could see there are some questions which has come to us little late, but we really value your time, and a big thank you from Franchise India and the panelists as well. So we look forward for a meaningful discussion with each one of you. So please feel free to have a open discussion with our leaders, and we will invite you to our office. You can come to regionally our office and meet, have a one-on-one meeting. Anyone who is around Delhi, NCR, I'm there in corporate office. We can take you through a tour to our corporate, and then take the discussion forward. Thank you so much once again, and be safe.